Welcome to ONTV. I'm the host, DeWitt Taylor, and my two friends are.
Hello, my name is Aaron Karnig Castle.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ryan Nicholas Gray.
Today we are only welcome our guest named David Buckley, who is raising a son with Down syndrome and is active in the organization of the Down Syndrome Guild of Southeast Michigan. Being a part of a child with special needs brings many challenges, but also many blessings. We look forward to speaking with David about these experiences and gaining insights into the parent world. Welcome, David Buckley.
Thank you very much, David.
Please tell us a little bit about your family and life growing up.
Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
It's
Mr.
truly
Buckley.
an honor to be part of your show. My wife Jane and I have two sons, Brendan, who's 14, who's a freshman in high school, and we have Jack, who's 11, and Jack was born with Down syndrome. We live in Bloomfield Township. Jack is in 4th grade, and we're, like you said, David, in your opening statements, extremely blessed. Our life 11 years ago took a wonderful path, and one that we keep learning and experiencing every new things and making new friends and opportunities like that. I feel I'm just part of the equation and trying to do what's best for our whole family, and fortunately we're a family of 4 that we can go through life together.
Tell Paulette thank you.
We love Paulette. She loves you, I know that.
I know.
Tell us about the schools you attended.
Sure, absolutely. I went to Bloomfield Hills Public Schools, and then I went to St. Hugo Catholic School for grade school, and then I went to Brother Rice High School, Birmingham Brother Rice, and then I went to Michigan State University. I think there's some Spartans
Go Green!
in
Go
the area,
Green!
and I've proudly went to Michigan State, and my wife went to Clemson University, and we've lived in the community my whole life. I've lived in Bloomfield Township my whole life. After college, I returned and kept the family house, and we've been in the same neighborhood in Bloomfield Township, just down the road from here, for 45 years.
Cool. Please about your hobbies and interests, please.
Got a lot of those. When I have attention issues, I guess I have a lot of hobbies. But I'm blessed to be involved with the community. I like to give back as much as I can. I have a full-time job, and I also have an avocation in that I hold elected office in Bloomfield Township. So like Orion Township has a board of trustees, I'm a trustee in Bloomfield Township. So I don't want to call it a hobby, it's more of an avocation, but it's something that I care about, and it's a volunteer effort that I work in the township to help the community. I'm also very pleased, as not a hobby, but another avocation, to serve on the Down Syndrome Guild of Southeastern Michigan. And I help shepherd that as the board president right now, but we take an active role as a family and a community to help support the activities of that organization. I love to play golf and read, and we have a big yard, so I do a lot of yard work too.
Yeah.
Will you tell us about your current occupation?
Absolutely. You've probably heard of diabetes. I work for a company that makes insulin, a pharmaceutical company named Sanofi, and we make insulin for people with diabetes. And I call on hospitals and work with hospitals to better care for people with diabetes and provide our medicines for them.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about? Is there anything else you want to tell us about your family?
Oh, absolutely. As I said, my wife Jane grew up in the Detroit area as well, and you know, without her, it'd be extremely difficult to do anything, because she's truly our family rock, like most moms and most families are. And I have a very close sister and brother, an older brother and sister, and my wife has a very close family as well. She's the youngest of 5, and we're involved with both our boys. Our 14-year-old son goes to Orchard Lake St. Mary's school, and he's on the rowing team, so he gets to go out on the water and row a boat. It's very cool.
Please tell us a little bit about your second son.
Absolutely. Jack, we made the mistake of, we say it's a mistake because it confuses us at the doctor, of naming him John after my wife's father, who also was called Jack. We should have just called him Jack. It would have made things simple because he knows himself as Jack, not as John, except on his medical records. He's a little guy. He's 11, but I can still sneak him into movies if we try really hard over at Great Lakes Crossing, because he looks like he's 4 or 5 years old. Very, very bright. He's very active with the iPad. He still loves to do the things that David DeWitt does. He loves to dance to his music. He loves to watch videos, and he loves to see himself dance and see himself on the computer and all those sorts of things. But he's a special little guy.
Thank you.
Not you, Jack, David. You are too, though.
So he's got an iPad?
He's got an iPad. Absolutely. It's incredible, the learning devices, and you know, there's nothing. Jack is not real verbal. He has apraxia as well, so he has a hard time speaking at his age. But words are coming, and the iPad and the speech therapy and just being around my wife, who's a bigger talker than I am, if you can believe it, helps helps his speech if he can get a word in edgewise.
Yeah, that's cool.
Please tell us a little bit about your second son and when he was born with a challenge.
You know, he was born as a surprise to us. We knew he was coming, but didn't know he was going to have Down syndrome. My wife's very, very strong, and we'd been blessed by being around an organization called Angel's Place, which is a Christian-centered group home organization, and I'd been involved with that for many years prior to us having Jack. And so we knew a lot of adults with developmental disabilities and a lot of adults that we were friends with that happened to have Down syndrome. So knowing that was a huge comfort when Jack came along. Otherwise, he had some of the health issues that people born with Down syndrome can have. Not all, but he's gone through his share of ear infections and things like that that have taken its toll on him being in school and so forth. But again, nothing that every parent doesn't go through, and he doesn't like to go to school unless pushed really hard or incentivized. So that's one of the challenges we had with him. He'd rather be home watching videos and playing with his iPad.
Yeah. Tell us if you needed any special guidance as a parent.
You know, the first things we did, because we were blessed with a large circle of friends, we had people reaching out to us, but we reached out to people like Paulette. Paulette Duggins, the executive director of the Down Syndrome Guild, was one of the first people we met, and we relied on her to get a lot of information. The doctors had some information at Beaumont Hospital, but really it was through our network of friends and through Paulette's organization and through some of the national organizations as well, just to see what, to kind of learn. We immersed ourselves early on, and then we took a step back and said, you know what, we're going to have extraordinary life here, ourselves and our son Jack. And so we took a step back and just started doing more things that were typical. Jack skis. He plays Miracle League baseball. He loves to bowl. He goes to church every Sunday. He made his first communion. He has every opportunity that everyone else should have, and that's really why I endeavor to help society make sure that happens. He doesn't have a cable show yet. When he finds out that there's cable show opportunities, I think
Okay.
we might have a spin-off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell us about your interests. Share your interest with your son.
Well, we do a lot together. We as I said, baseball. I get to help coach the Miracle League baseball team that he's on. The team is in Southfield. I don't know if you've ever been down to see the Miracle League field, but it's a league, so everybody has a chance to play baseball, no matter what their disability might be, and the smiles on the faces of the kids that get to play. So for me, it's very special. But he loves to play baseball in the yard, and shoot baskets, and play football, and beat up on his brother. He tends to be the more aggressive one of the bunch, even though he's 1.5 feet shorter than his brother. He's very strong. So we love to do things as a family. We travel. He loves to go places. He's very social. It's not that he doesn't like to go to school to see people and have people see him. It's just he doesn't want to sit down and have to study. Who does, right?
Me and my brother
Exactly.
Max always teach each other.
Absolutely.
In fact,
I'll tell you something. I can tell you, studying was hard in school. I didn't like studying; was too hard. I thought the tests were too hard, but they didn't quite modify them as they did many years ago for everyone.
Did you join any special support group or groups?
You know, we, as I said, the Down Syndrome Guild was the one that we found that we were meeting people we knew. Through the school district, we met some families that also had sons with Down syndrome. I also had a very good friend, didn't know it at the time, that he had a son, and he hadn't told me because he lived across town, but they had a son about 6 months before Jack, and he has Down syndrome. And we've become close with them now, and we share a lot of best practices and interests and developmental things. It's important to do that when raising kids, no matter what.
What did these support groups do to help?
You know, Aaron, so much. Just again, the sharing the successes and the trials and tribulations, and being a support mechanism. Just knowing that other people have gone through the same things. And that's what I value in being able to pass on to people, because you know it's very tough. Life is a challenge, and having to embark on a journey with a child with Down syndrome is you know, should be an extreme joy. But if we can help people get through the bumps in the road, whether it's healthcare needs or training needs or school issues with the school district or whatever, and even just being able to offer, you know, what comes next in life, and that's where you know, people like David are such an inspiration, because you know, we see somebody that's you know, got the whole life ahead of them, that's doing things that are amazing, not let alone just what you expect, and that helps when you have a child, my son Jack, whether he had Down syndrome or not, just to know the possibilities that are out there.
So, did you find any methods to learn parenting methods? If so, what? Because most parents out there who have children with Down syndrome need to learn. What methods could you share with us that would help?
Ryan, that's an interesting question. I learn best through just doing, and so a lot of the times, and seeing other friends do that too. So networking is a system. We're not very good about sitting down at the kitchen table and doing the homework either. So I take responsibility for some of that as well. But it's working with the teachers and communicating with Jack to try to take the time he does have where he has a good attention span and make use of that so he can be productive.
Have you encountered any special health problems with your second son?
David, he's had some issues, some of the traditional issues that often come up, the birth hole in the heart, which is common with Down syndrome. Jack did not have. He's had a lot of ear infections and consequently had some major reconstructive ear surgery about 3 years ago, which has helped with that as well. His bone structure and features in his ears and in his respiratory system are very narrow, so he's had some adjustment. Thank God for health insurance and good doctors, but otherwise the upper respiratory, we've got a wonderful set of pediatricians, and Dr. Maureen Kelly and Dr. Sonia Earls. They take great interest in people with young people with special needs, particularly Down syndrome, and so they've given us incredible care as well. So knock on wood, we haven't had any major issues. Jack spent his days in the hospital with RSV, which I know we've got some friends through the network that have younger kids, the 2, 3, 4 age range, that get these upper respiratory issues and have to be hospitalized for a couple of days. But usually they work themselves through, and the good news is that they typically grow out of it to some degree.
Like, what things will this school do to help?
Will our group do to help?
You know, the schools.
Oh, the schools.
Yeah,
the schools partner with you. Obviously, the parents, if the parents can be involved, or one parent can be involved with what's going on with the schools, it's very important. And truly believe that our public education system really wants to. There's a contribution of the funding also takes a play in the school districts and what they can offer. But you have to partner with the teachers and be on the same page. Most teachers I know go into teaching because they want to help people and they want to see children learn and progress, and particularly teachers that work with people with special needs, kids with CI and Down syndrome. They really want to succeed with them, and so we partner with them and work with them to find the best ways that Jack can develop and meet milestones.
David, now, are the schools involved and are the schools supportive?
They are. You know, Ryan, you have to communicate. And that's not always easy for people because parents work, parents are challenged with other children, with their own parents taking care of them and so forth. So that time, sometimes the teachers, the good teachers do communicate. Nowadays, teachers communicate on email or they pick up the phone and call us. And you wish that could happen in every school district and every teacher could do that, but the parent has to do what they can to advocate, and that's one of the areas that the Down Syndrome Guild at least helps. We don't give advice, but we try to help counsel people in the questions that they should ask and the things that they should expect to receive from their schools and from their teachers.
Well, thank you, David.
Mm-hmm.
Please share any dreams you have for the future, including your second son.
Our dreams? Boy, our dreams are to live healthy lives, to do it together, to see our sons grow up and achieve what they want to achieve. For Jack, you know, the sky's the limit. I see him maybe having his own TV show at some point, being involved with the community, giving back like you do, like all of you do that as well. When
my other question is, got any interest in an agency?
in an agency?
Yeah.
What kind of agency, Dan?
There are three. There's CLS and
There's
more.
two out here in Oakland. Mork
Oh, yeah.
and CLS.
You know, because Jack's only 11, we haven't gotten to that part of our journey yet. However, that's one of the things that Paulette and the Down Syndrome Guild and some of our partners from MORC and from some of those groups have. Because Jack's not 18, we haven't gone through those types of services and so forth. I'm glad to know people that have, because Jack will get to that point at some point. I absolutely see him living in some sort of a living environment. My wife would never agree to this because she wants him with her the rest of her life, and I get that. She says, I'll be long gone and he'll be there. It just depends on what the right environment is for him. We've got friends that have kids and you know, a living environment where he can work and enjoy the things, and then for his friends that he wants to live with, and maybe have a business like you and do those sorts of things is all possible.
Okay. Any other questions? Now, why don't you do the closing?
I do. This is going smoothly.
Please tell us about the Down Syndrome Guild.
Absolutely, and thanks for asking, Aaron, because that's a great resource for people. There's other groups in southeastern Michigan that have information as well. Our group is headquartered in Royal Oak, but if you just go to DSGSEMI, Down Syndrome Guild of Southeastern Michigan, we have a wonderful website with tons of information. We have a lot of programming going on for all age groups. This coming Saturday, actually, in Royal Oak at a community center, we're having a new parent breakfast. So parents that are expecting children with Down syndrome and parents that have just had children with Down syndrome, we have a get-together where we as parents that are living with children with Down syndrome and raising children come and network and help answer their questions and pass along any pearls of knowledge. We do a lot of fun events. The Club 21, which David DeWitt is a star of, he is very involved with that, and that's a teen organization that allows a social network. It's basically a dance, right, David?
Yes.
It's a party.
They love my life, and they let us play on my speakers.
And so there's a lot of those kinds of activities, Ryan, but there's also a lot of support help in that parents talk to parents, and Paulette is a wealth of knowledge. She's our one employee, but she's the founder of the organization as well. And she's able to help answer any kind of questions you can. And that's where most of the money goes. We also offer, I'm very proud of this portion, we offer a scholarship program. So people can go online and apply for up to a $200 quarterly scholarship if they're looking for some assistance, say for glasses or hearing aids or ankle braces or PT or OT. There's no real strings attached. We hope that they're a member of our organization, but we don't require that. But we do ask that they apply and give us a little bit. And we have a committee of board members that do that. We really don't deny any as long as we have funds available. But we want to let people know that we're happy to help in those times of need, that there's groups that they can turn to.
David, what do you do, family like to do together? Camping, movies, sporting events?
We travel a lot. We're talking about getting a motorhome, but we haven't done that yet.
Motorhome?
A motorhome.
Oh,
so
good
that's
Lord.
my version of camping. Jack was a Cub Scout, so we did camp. We did camp 2 or 3 times. We camp in our yard, actually. Put the tent out. Jack, as I said, likes to play golf. He likes to play tennis. He likes to ski. He likes to do everything. You know, and so we do things together. He loves to go to the Coney Island after church on Sunday because he knows everybody and they know him. Mm-hmm. So it's family stuff. It's trying to lead a happy, normal life.
I'm a Ryan Gray. He's Ryan Mr. Popular.
Him?
You have another one?
Yeah, I do. David, tell us about the fundraising event, Step Up.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me pitch that. That's our walk. Our major fundraiser for the organization is the Step Up for Down Syndrome. It's going to be at the Palace of Auburn Hills this coming September 29th on a Saturday from 9 to
I'll be there.
2 p.m. He's one of the stars of the show. And it's an incredible family day. The walk is really ceremonial. I know people ask, how far do I have to walk? We do 1 lap around the palace. It's really a big party. And if the day will be as beautiful as the last 3, it'll be phenomenal. Because we've had great fall days where we have moonwalks and, what else, David? We have all kinds of food.
Oh yeah.
Food and
Sometimes the Pistons cheerleaders will show up.
Why did I knew you were going to say that? The
I had a picture of them.
The Pistons cheerleaders are there for the adult guys that are around. All kinds of fun stuff.
I'm coming.
And teams, you're invited.
I'm definitely going to come.
Teams raise money, and the money then in turn goes back to support the organization. So the fundraising's all done online, and everybody gets a T-shirt. So.
Just to let all of you know, I work at the Palace of Auburn Hills, by the way.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Please tell us a success story.
Our organization's had a lot of success stories, Aaron. We've been able to help people. I think a big success story is our scholarship program in helping when somebody thought, boy, I need this for my child, but I can't afford it. That's a success story. Your help in raising money at a walk team goes directly back to the people that need it most.
Mr. Gray, the clothes, please.
Sure. Thank you so much for your guest today, David. And all the families working with many levels by working together to produce for themselves and for those who they love. It's a part of life to learn many new skills. And for those who share these skills, immediate family, others, your work in this organization is the most rewarding and inspiring to others who touch and encourage. Thanks so much for your guest today. Thank you.
And you're watching ONTV.
ONTV.
I'm DeWitt Taylor. Thank you all for watching.
Bye-bye.
I am Aaron Karnig Castle. You have been watching on TV.
I'm Ryan Nicholas Craig. You're watching on TV.
And thank you, Mr. David Buckley, for coming down.
Thank you,
Bye,
gentlemen.
everybody.
It's a pleasure.